Hiya Arielette, Aria Autumn here, or should I say Stella Light, Stella here, because this is not a pony video. I will be talking about the new Pokemon Sun and Moon anime that will be coming out in November. Now, I've watched the trailer, and I've looked at the leaks, and honestly, I can't complain. Yeah, the art style looks a little strange. Yeah, the concept of him going to school is a little odd, but it's not bad. I mean, it's a new animation studio handling the anime, and the animation we got from the trailer is incredibly fluid. But I've seen so many people freeze frame it and pick it apart and say how horrible it is, but it's not. It's a special kind of animation where the animators use certain tricks to allow skipping of frames but create fluid motion. It's supposed to be closer to a 60 frame per second in a 24 frame per second animation frame set area. It's quite popular, actually. A lot of animes do it. A lot of cartoons do it. Adventure Time, actually, is one of these cartoons that follow this quick motion, action-packed style. And so many people hate it because it's not what they're used to. Just give it a chance. It's not out yet. They might improve before November. Yeah, Ash looks a little odd, but that's because it's not the Ash we recognize. It's a completely different style, completely different art, and not a lot of people are happy with that. I just don't get why. I mean, if you're not happy with it, please tell me why, other than it sucks, he looks bad. Because that's what I'm seeing a lot of, and it's upsetting because I'm actually really excited for this anime. Yeah, alright. Some people have valid concerns about the school plot, but me personally, I think that school plot has a lot of potential. It could lead into the next series where he goes to school, takes all that information, and beats a league. It could go where he starts his own league, and he's there to learn how to do so. Because, as we know, the trial captains of the islands are his partners or his classmates. So, maybe he's there to learn how to become a leader of a sort. Gym leader, a champion, something. And maybe he's gonna start up his own league in Alola. Or maybe he is just learning about Alola customs, or even like Z moves or something. There is so much potential, and he doesn't have to be confined to a classroom, and the school plot doesn't need to be the main plot. I mean, there's still Team Skull and the Ether Foundation and the Ultra Beast, so I think down the line, it's gonna get pretty mature, like XYZ. But so many people say, I give up on the anime, say, this is shit, say, look, they gave us XY and now they're giving us this crap, say, it's a black and white equivalent. But Sun and Moon isn't even out yet. It's not. You can't say that it's crap, that it's horrible, that it's a black and white equivalent, that the writers suck, that the Pokemon Company don't know what they're doing, that everything is horrible. Really? Words? I don't know any. But, you can't say any of that without knowing the episodes. And the fact is, the budget has been cut severely because they're working on Generations right now, which is eating a lot of their budget up. They're also working on the Volcanion movie, which is also eating a lot of their budget up. Plus, they still have the budget that went towards the end of XYZ, which took a lot. So, yeah, the trailer suffered for it. And the first few episodes of Sun and Moon are probably going to suffer for it. They're probably going to suffer until Generations is done, which is January. So, you gotta bear with it. You can't just say, it sucks, I'm throwing in the towel, I quit, Pokemon sucks. No, you're just not giving it a chance. Everyone keeps complaining and ranting and saying how horrible it is and how Sun and Moon is the end of Pokemon and that they should just give up and they don't know what they're doing. Actually, all of those are false. Because the Pokemon Company knows exactly what they are doing. XYZ were extremely mature. Extremely mature. They bumped the rating up from PG to PG plus 7. That shows how mature it is. And even then, it was borderlining PG-13. It was made for the older audiences, because younger audiences won't be able to understand Lysandre's goal. They'll be like, alright, the world is in danger, but they won't understand Lysandre wants to build a new world. Lysandre doesn't want to kill everyone, he just wants to kill everyone but Team Flare. But they won't understand wow, he feels so passionately about this, why he's doing what he's doing, why he needs Zygarde, why he needs to do this, why he needs to do that. They won't understand it. They're not going to. So it was geared for the older audiences. But Pokemon is a family company. So, after the world ordeal that was XYZ, they needed to drop the ratings back down to PG and keep it PG. Hence, Alola, with Ash being a 10-year-old kid going to school rather than a 10-year-old kid saving the world from destruction. Like, Ash, for one, needs a break. For two, we need a break. We can't have serious moments all the time. And then for three, their target is kids. It's not us. It's not what people want. Everyone always yells at the writer because the writers don't give them what they want. But the thing is, they're doing what they need to do for the younger audiences because that's where they're geared towards. That's their target audience. Their audience is not us. We watch it, we enjoy it, but it is not us. It's like people complaining about MLP because MLP doesn't have more mature themes like people dying or something. Like, do you want to see that in a kid's show? I don't want to see that. When I watch a kid's show, I want to be relaxed and have fun. I don't want to deal with things that I do when I watch animes, like Naruto, or or Tokyo Mew Mew. I don't want to see these mature themes in a cartoon made for kids. Like, yeah, it's cool seeing the characters go through it. Yeah, I love mature themes personally, and I love teaching kids about them. But when there gets to a point where the kid won't understand it, and then we expect too much. We keep telling the writers how they are horrible because they made Ash lose again. How we are expecting them to come up with this brilliant, mature storyline. How we want Ash to age. How we are upset because none of these demands are being met. But none of these demands need to be met because they're not for us. It's for the Pokemon Company to appeal to kids and bring in new audiences. As long as that happens, chances are they aren't going to give up on Ash, and they're going to go a lot more childish after XYXYZ. Everyone compares it, saying, we just had this brilliant series, now you're giving us this crap. But it's not crap. It actually has more potential than XYXYZ. XYXYZ followed the strict path it always does for Pokemon. He goes to the different region, he meets new friends, he goes to the gym battles, he beats the gym battles, he goes to the league, he loses the league, and then they throw in the Team Flare arc, which is from the games. We knew what was going to happen in the Team Flare arc. Granted, we had the Ultimate Weapon in games and Zygarde in the anime, but we knew what would happen. It was already mature from the game itself. But Sun and Moon, we don't know what's going to happen. It has way more potential. Like I mentioned before, Ash could be learning to become a gym leader. Ash could take knowledge to another region. Ash can learn about Z-moves and Alola customs. Ash can even learn about Alolan types. You know, like Ice Vulpix. He can learn about all the Alolan forms, and he can travel the region, do the trials, and fight Team Skull and the Ether Foundation and the Ultra Beast and all that. But still keep it kid-friendly with him having school as a background. We don't know what it is. It could be an amazing slice-of-life series like MLP, or it could be an action-packed series with their new motion-styled animation, with some slice of life on the sidelines. And we just don't know. There's so much in the air right now. We only got a 30-second trailer, and Ash seemed to be enjoying himself. But that's just from the early episodes. We don't know what happens later on. We have no idea what happens with Team Skull, the Aether Foundation, with the Ultra Beast, with Ash learning about the new forms and the new Pokemon. We have no idea about any of that. So, it stands to reason that we should give it a chance. And I'm not talking about one episode. If it's crap, it's crap. Because the first episode is always crap. The first episode is there to set up the environment and the setting and the characters. It is not there for you to enjoy it, if that makes sense. It is purely there for exposition. The next episode is a little bit more for enjoyment, but it's still mainly there for exposition. You need to go at least 5 episodes deep before you get out of that exposition phase and into the actual story and the actual character progression and characters coming in and all that. You have to set up the region, you have to set up the story, you have to set up the lore, and then you have to set up the characters and the Pokemon and how he gets there and what he does and everything. And from there, you can create the mainline story. So, a lot of people are saying they're gonna quit after the first episode if they don't like it. But the first episode is always crap. You will never give it a chance if you don't go past 5 episodes. If you just sit there and be like, first episode was crap, the art style is crap, everything is crap, I'm not gonna watch it, Pokemon sucks, I'm gonna stick to the games. Well, guess what? You just might have lost out on a fantastic series. Because we don't know if it's crap yet. And we won't know for quite some time. Budget is still cut. It has a new animation studio. The average time for shows to get into the story is 5 episodes. So, yeah. I mean, there's not much else I can say about it. I'm just tired of people picking it apart and saying how horrible it is and that Ash is being reset and all that. We don't know. We just don't know. I mean, for all we know, Delia, Ash's mom, could have forced him to the school. Like, he flies back to Cantal, and then his mom is like, "Hey, guess what, sweetie? I just signed you up for the school in Alola." Boom. Like, we don't know. Anything could happen at this point, and so many people are butthurt because it's not XY, XYZ. But they need to stop comparing it to XY and XYZ, because XY, XYZ, as fantastic as it is its own story. Ash is now going to the Alola region. It's its own story. We need to give it credit where credit is due. The animation looks fantastic, even though a lot of people keep saying it looks lazy. It's not. It's made specifically for motion. You can't pick it apart because you'll find strange frames made specifically for this style of animation. And I know this as an animator. It may look weird to the untrained eye, but as an animator, I can see the tricks that they're using and how that makes the animation more fluid. Take a look at that Sharpedo scene. Pikachu's fur blowing, Ash getting rocked back and forward, the Sharpedo bouncing, the water splashing. There is a lot of detail in that one scene, just with movement alone. And everyone keeps calling it lazy and uninspired and unoriginal, and they just aren't giving it a chance. Now, like I said, Ash does look weird. They didn't do his design properly. The little cheek mark should be smaller, the eyes should be a little bigger. I get that, but they could fix that. Everything else looks great. And I'm excited for it. I wish other people were too. That's all I have to say on the subject. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. Aria Autumn signing out.